Today I'm going to show you how to fix curb rash on your alloyed rims without removing the tire. This is only going to work on alloyed rims and not chrome rims. So as you can see, I have a lot of scuff marks here, a lot of scratches, and before I started the video, what I actually did is take an orbital sander like this and sand all around the rim, and then after it was sanded, I used this purple power to clean it. After I cleaned the rim, I did mask it with general masking tape, and what I'm doing here is with a screwdriver, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that masking tape is inside the rim. That way when we primer and when we paint, we can go ahead and get inside the rim and make sure that it's all painted. Because I'm fixing this rim without removing the tire, I did went ahead and mask it, and what I'm doing here is this piece of cardboard is going to go on a wheel well, and this is going to protect any overspray so the car doesn't get sprayed from either the primer or the paint. So because I have really deep scratches on this rim and really deep gashes here, I'm using a Rust-Oleum filler primer, and what that's going to do is it's going to fill in some of those deeper scratches on the rim. I am using an aerosol trigger handle, and this is very important that you get one of these because it's going to give you a lot more control when you primer and you paint. So here I already started the primer process, and I'm just laying on the primer nice and even all the way through, and you want to go ahead and make sure it dries before you apply your next primer coat. So you want thin and you want even coats. After you let the primer completely dry, what you want to do next is sand it. You can either sand it wet or dry. I chose dry, and just go ahead and sand that primer with a fine sandpaper. Get rid of any imperfections on the primer and basically get it ready to paint. Now, one of the most important things is the paint. You want to make sure that you get a high temperature paint. This high temperature paint is going to prevent the paint from flaking after you paint the rim. So it's important that it's high temperature. You want to make sure the color you choose matches the rim as closely as possible. As you can see from me here, it matched pretty much perfectly. So when you paint, you want long, even strokes, and that aerosol trigger is going to give you the control that you need. Even with that added control, you can still make mistakes, and I made one here, but we're going to come back and I'll show you how to fix that. So again, you want to paint this, you want to go ahead and keep it moving. You don't want to stay in one spot so you don't develop runs. And then just go ahead and keep doing it nice and light. Wait till the paint dries, then give it another coat. So here you can see how I made a mistake. And there's a little bit of paint right there that build up. Here you can get a better look, and what we're going to do is once the paint is dry, we're just going to go ahead and sand it lightly. Again, I'm going to do this after the paint is dry, and I'm going to use a dry sandpaper just to remove that imperfection, that run that you see here, and just go very lightly. Again, you want to make sure that the paint is dry and lightly sand it until it's gone, and then clean it up. Make sure there's no dust, and then go ahead and spray paint it again. So for this right now, I'm using a 200 grit sandpaper. Again, I'm doing this dry because I believe it makes less of a mess. And I'm just working on this run here to remove it as much as I can, smooth it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and repaint it after I clean it. So it's very important to clean it, and that's what I'm doing right now so you don't have dust. And then you're going to go ahead and paint it with a high heat paint like I'm doing here. So there was a lot of damage on this wheel. There was a lot of curb rash. There was a lot of gashes, and the first thing I did was take the orbital sander and sand that rim, cleaned it up, primed it, and now I'm painting. But you can do this without removing the tire. As you can see, you just have to mask the tire, and I'll be honest right now, on this tire I'm not doing a very good job at masking it, so I am going to get some of the paint, as you can see here, right on the tire itself. But you can see how good it's going to look once I remove this tape, and if you have the right color, it looks terrific. So I'm using this Goo Off to remove the excess paint on the tire because I didn't do a very good job, but you can see it works terrific. You could probably use a paint thinner or mineral spirits. You'll do the same thing. Again, if you're a little bit more careful than I am and you do a better job at masking the rim, you're not going to get all this overspray and all this paint on the tire, and it's going to save you some work. But you can see the finished result, and you can see how nice it looks. It looks a lot better than it did before. Again, there was a lot of scratches, deep scratches on these rims, and thanks to the primer, the filler primer that we put in there, kind of helped fill in those deeper gashes, and then we used the high heat paint. All of this was done with the tire on there, which saves time. You don't have to remove it. Just be careful with the masking. As you can see here, I have some spots where I actually painted the tire, but they came out and it's not a big deal. And as you can see from the end result, it looks a lot better, and doing it yourself, you can actually save some money. And if you make a mistake like I did, just let it dry and then go ahead and sand it, and then either spray the primer or the paint. The good thing about alloyed rims is, unlike chrome, they can be sanded, they can be painted, and you can actually fix them yourself. So this is what I use to make that rim look good again. I have a cleaner here. On the right, I have the fill-in primer that's going to fill in those gashes. Then I have the high temperature or the high heat paint. And I did use the aerosol trigger, which is going to help you with control once you painted. And then, of course, the masking tape. Just really basic, inexpensive things that could really help out and fix your rim. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, put a like, subscribe for more videos, and don't forget, I'll have all the links to the products I used on the description. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.